Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to braid hair with Bone Straight extension. This is going to be an easy tutorial for beginners. So I'll be showing you guys how to secure the ends of your Bone Straight extension, how to grip the root, and how to make sure that your braid is looking very silky and neat. So without taking too much of your time, we're going to dive into the video right now. But before we do so, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please support me by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you. So the extension we're using is the Bone Straight extension. Like you all know, that's the reason why you clicked on this video. We're going to be using about 5 packs, but I just showed 3 packs because I couldn't hold the 5 all together. You can see how the Bone Straight extension look. It's really very straight and very silky. If you want to get a very neat braid and a very silky braid, like that kind of braid that when you walk on the street, people are going to stop you to ask you, how did you braid this hair? What extension did you use? How come your hair is this neat? This is the extension you need to use. And this attachment rack is a lifesaver. So if you need one, comment in the comment section and I'm going to send the link to you guys. It's on Amazon. You can see the rack, the attachment rack is really nice. It's both back and front, and I think it contains over 240 extensions, so I can actually make 2 braids with just this rack. So we're going to start first by the gripping of the hair. Like I always say, if you don't know how to grip hair from the roots, I have detailed tutorial on how you can do so, which I'm going to be linking on this video for you guys to just watch and have idea on how to grip hair from the roots, so you can like have common knowledge of how to do that. So I'm just going to move my camera a little bit so you guys can actually see what I'm doing clearly. On the next one, you're going to see a very clear beginner gripping from what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Yeah, so what you need to do when you braid from the root, let me not talk about the root right now, I'm going to talk about that on the next video. But when you're braiding, if you watch, you'll see my index finger in the middle of the braid whenever I'm moving my fingers. Pay attention to that. That's the reason why I actually slow this particular clip, just to make sure you guys pay attention to what I'm doing. If you didn't get it on this one, you'll get it perfectly on the next one. But however, you have to make sure that the braid is a little bit like tight, should I say. But when you get to the end, just make sure that the end is tight. Because one thing with the Bone Straight extension, if the ends of the hair is not tight, it's going to unravel. It will easily unravel. Immediately you are dropping it, is unraveling. So one thing you need to do, if you don't want it to unravel after braiding it, which I'm going to show you guys on the next braid I'm going to pick. I don't want the video to be too long. I just want it to be as quick as possible so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. So when I get to the end, I like to twist it instead of just leaving it like that. I like to twist the end. That's another way to like secure it more at the end. So I like to twist it instead of just leaving it like that. So when you are done, this is what you're going to get. I bet you this braid, it always comes out very neat, silky, and very beautiful. Seriously. So what I like to do, you can see the end, you can see that sharp end. So what I like to do when I'm done braiding, I like to trim. If you've been following my tutorials, you will know that I like to braid and trim. So it means when I braid one hair, I trim that one hair. When I braid, I trim. So it makes your braiding very neat, and you don't miss any strand of hair that you didn't actually trim. So I like to trim. The most place that you find hair is that end, at that end where you secure the end of the Bone Straight extension. But however, I just like to touch to the top just to make sure if there is any strand of hair, I'll just trim it off. You can see how neat that is. That's how easy you can get a very neat braid from the Bone Straight extension. It's very beautiful. Seriously, if you know how to use it, you're going to love it. You're not going to use any other extension. So from the bottom, this Bone Straight extension, the bottom always come as a block cut. If you braid it as a block cut, it's going to unravel. So what I do is to stretch it. You can see that I'm stretching the extension just to make sure you have like a tail, like a sharp tip at the end, so I can secure the end. So this is what you do to secure the end of your Bone Straight extension. After dragging it that way, I just comb it just to make sure it's as neat as before I stretch it, so I don't have a rough work. So with the boss, what we are actually doing today is a boss braid with the Bone Straight extension. So with a boss braid, you know how they call the extension. One is a little bit smaller, and the smaller one you put it together, make one, and then it has to be in 3 sessions, if that makes sense. But however, I have a lot of beginner friendly tutorials that you guys can watch, which I'll be linking. So watch the way not just how I grip the braid, because this is how you normally grip any boss braid anyways, but how I move my fingers. You could see that my middle finger and my index finger are the both fingers doing the job, if that makes sense. So when you are moving your hands, the index finger is supporting the braid just to make sure it doesn't unravel before changing your hand to braid downward, if that makes sense. Please, if you think you didn't get it right, go back to the video, watch it again, because seriously, if you get it wrong from gripping, how to grip the root, how to braid it from the root, your braid, your bone straight extension might just be unraveling from the very root. So if you don't want that, please go back and watch that session again. So when it comes to the end, you braid to the end, and when it's at the bottom where I'm braiding right now, you have to make sure that the braid is a little bit tighter then, so it doesn't easily unravel, if that makes sense. So like I said earlier on, when it gets to the end, I like to just twist it so it doesn't unravel. Another way of securing it more, so I just twist it anyways. After doing that, this is what it's going to look like before trimming it. But like I said earlier on, I always like to trim my braids immediately I braid one, I trim, and seriously, you will get a very neat braid. Please don't forget to drop a comment and let me know what you think about this tutorial, if you like it. And also, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please support me by hitting on the subscribe button and press on the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I upload a new video every Thursday at 2:15 p.m. Thank you so much, guys, for doing that. By the time I was done with this hair, seriously, my client was in love with the hair. And this is how the ends of the braid is going to look like when you're done securing the end. You could see that it's not actually losing at the bottom, but if you don't do that, it's going to be losing, it's going to be unraveling from the bottom, which you don't really want. So these are the tips you actually need to be able to braid with a bone straight extension. If you follow all the tips I've just given, seriously, you're going to get a very neat and silky braid. Look at that braid now, look at how beautiful it is. If you're based in Manchester and you would like to book a session with us, please feel free to do that via Instagram. Is the excitement for me how happy my client is. Immediately she look at the mirror, she just keep dancing. She's so excited about the hair, she love it. It's very, very beautiful. For my own thought, I think the camera did not really do justice to this hair. It came out really, really beautiful. So this is how you basically use the bone straight extension to achieve a very beautiful and silky braid. Thank you all so much for staying back and watching the video to the end. And please, if you would like to see our other tutorials, leave it in the comment section and I will do sure to upload it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye bye.